This is a thermal drone. The first time I ever seen one of these was a couple years ago on a YouTube channel, Drone Deer Recovery, where Mike was actually using it to find deer that hunters couldn't find through blood tracking. And ever since then, it had been in the back of my mind. Well, fast forward to last fall when I was actually hunting with a flintlock. I made the shot, white smoke went everywhere, but whenever I went up to actually track the deer, I could only find a few specks of blood. So I hopped on Drone Deer's website, gonna see if I could hire out a drone operator, but unfortunately the closest one was like 2 hours away. Needless to say, I didn't call in a drone, but luckily that deer lived. Fast forward to today, not only are we getting a thermal drone, but Mike from Drone Deer Recovery is literally driving down to hand deliver it and give us a special training. All right, guys, today's a big day. We're getting a thermal drone. We got Drone Deer Recovery right here. And he actually came here to show us how to use it. Now, I will say this disclaimer. If you see me limping a little bit, pretty sure I sprained my ankle yesterday. I was balling up on some 8th graders. Needless to say, I was the MVP until I had to tell her quit. But that's not what the video is about. Unless you want it to be, we can go in more detail. But we'll stick this video for the drones. So he came up from Florida. We're in Kentucky. He was actually spraying stuff with his ag drones. And he's going to deliver us a smaller thermal drone. And we're going to tell you how we're going to use it later. But right now, I think he's about to pull it out, unbox it, and show us what we got. All right, what we got here?
Yep, this is the Matrice 30T. This is the Drone Deer Recovery Kit. Basically, this is the very best drone if you're going to want to fly in the rain, fly in heavy winds. This thing can do it. Thermal, has 200 times zoom camera. If you're at 400 feet, zoom in, you're going to be able to see what you're trying to look at. Crack that thing open.
All right, let's see what we got here. And what does all this do?
Well, starts with this. This is your 200 times zoom camera, thermal camera, wide angle, FPV, all these sensors right here.
Yeah.
So you don't crash into your house.
Okay, that's good.
Trees, if the leaves are on, you should be fine. But if the leaves are off like this, little tiny twigs, it might not see.
Okay.
This is how it works. Open up the arms, put the batteries in the back.
Got the thermal. Is the thermal a 640?
640.
Nice.
Yep.
And what is that shiny thing?
This is a laser.
Okay.
So you can laser how far something is. So this light is called a T60S. And this light is the same brightness as just the T60. But this one, when we mount it on there, we'll be able to go straight down.
Is this white light and infrared or just white light?
Just white light.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's got 2 of them?
Yeah.
Or...
Yep, 2 of them.
Mm.
You can also put a speaker on it. So if you get into like search and rescue,
yeah,
that type of thing, you mount the light on top of this and then you can talk through your controller. So if you're looking for somebody, you can, hey, we're over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check out the controller.
Yeah,
this is a big old machine. It's got a lot of different things. And does this thing got Wi-Fi?
It does.
Can we watch like movies on it?
You probably could. Yeah. So this one right here will take it to 100%, but it'll take longer to charge. So if you're out in the field and you're doing a recovery or something, you're gonna wanna move this up 1. You see the 2 volts. Then it will charge it faster, but it'll only take it to 80%.
Okay.
But you don't have to fly on 100%. So that when I'm out in the field, I always have it on that.
The middle?
Yes.
Okay.
There's one.
I'm thinking we're about to figure out how we can use it, how to use it, and then how we can use it.
Oh, that's a good saying.
After unboxing the thermal drone, we're actually going to put the batteries on charge. And in the meantime, Mike's going to pull out his giant ag drones and he's going to do a little distance test and see just how far he can fly it without it stopping.
That is a ag drone. We use it to spray crop fields. We are going to send it off your mountain and see how far it goes. You want to get into it?
Nah,
No,
I'm already limping.
Okay.
You got Soap, Ed, May in the background. They have no idea what's about to happen. They landed the helicopter. Let's go look at it. Hobble over here. The biggest one in America that you can actually get. That probably doesn't have missiles attached to it, but I don't know, it's pretty big. We're gonna do a distance test. This is cool. Look at that thing coming out of the hay bale.
It sounds like a helicopter.
Oh. Look. There it goes. I think we reached our max, and it's about 1.25 miles away.
It don't want to come home. It just doesn't come home though, unless they auto.
Yeah.
It thinks it's at the moon. It ain't used to being that far out.
Here she comes.
I was checking to see because people want to know if they can use them in the mountains. Like, so technically at a certain steepness, you couldn't land because the props will hit that. But you could build yourself like a little platform if you're doing. That's cool.
Now we're about to go fly the drone, but we just released some new colors in the KG pocket knife. So as you can tell, all the colors are fish related because spring is coming up. We got the orange fish, the wide fish, the blue fish, the wild fish, and then the USA fish. Pretty sweet. Not sure how I can use a pocket knife on a drone video, but if I would, I could. Ka-chow, ka-chow, ka-chow. Ka-chow, chow. Ka-chow, ah! Alright, well don't stab buildings with them. They're not made for that. So if y'all want any of the new colors of the KG pocket knives, KendallGrayOutdoors.com. You already know where to pick them up. Personal favorite, just saying, probably the blue fish. I like blue, what can I say? Let's fly the drone. Alright guys, we're at the farm. Mike's right here. He's gonna show us how to use the drone, give us a little practice, and then I think we're gonna see if we can fly it around and find a deer. They're here, so we should be able to find them. Oh yeah.
This is nice. This is nice. What's the hinge cutting down there for?
I got bored.
Oh, okay.
Wanted to cut something.
Yeah, you definitely need a drone here.
Yeah.
I mean, that is way up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
Do you have like trails and stuff?
Somewhat.
That'll be easy to find your deer now if you need one. No walking around in the mountains.
Yeah. So what is this and why is that important?
Exactly. So everybody asks me that. Like, do you really need that little orange thing? Of course, you wouldn't put it here, but if this was your only option in a hayfield, it's not gonna work because the props will hit. And so you just throw this thing in the hayfield where you want to take off, set it, good to go. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So if you want to bounce back and forth on your camera, so you just click on the one that you want, and then you got your zoom and then your IR. So if you want to choose different color palettes for your IR, click that bar. Now you can choose different palettes.
How waterproof is that thing if we do need to?
Super waterproof. You should see the one video I did on Instagram. Like, I am literally taking a water hose with a leaf blower, spraying it and blowing the water onto the drone. So it's like, it's IP65 rated. But you want to make sure that you have, you know, these things closed up. For me to find a deer today, because you got this much hot stuff to deal with and figure out, super hard. Let's say you're watching Jay over here. Let's see if he walks around. And you're like, I want to watch that guy.
That is very, very nice. And you could do that for a deer at night?
Yeah, you could. Yeah. I mean, he didn't even know we're looking at it. This is perfect. It just keeps an eye on him.
Yeah. Let's see what the thermal looks like. Can you zoom in on thermal?
You can, but it's digital zoom. So right here, you see that? It doesn't do as much good.
Yeah.
Now, if I go to default on him, he will probably show up better because he's in the shadow. You see how he turned red?
Yeah. So whenever that's on track mode, you can move the drone and the camera sticks on that?
Yes. And when you lock onto something like that, it's going to give you smooth footage. When you start pushing this forward, that drone's gonna go 30 miles an hour.
Could you almost use those modes as like gears?
Yeah, like this is sport. And then I'm gonna switch to normal. See how much slower it had to go?
Yeah.
So, sport?
Yeah.
Normal. So now if you put that in tripod mode,
yeah,
it'll only go 15. It'll go 30 in normal, 15 in tripod, and 50 in sport.
Okay.
I have to just barely move. Look how little I moved that thing.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, sport mode is like once you get really comfortable on the sticks. Switch that thing and ramrod. So hot swapping is literally that. You take one side out, the drone will stay powered on, put your other one in, just wait a little bit, pop it out, and then so it never had to shut down. When you get fast doing this, you can take off in seconds. Well, alrighty, let's see you fly.
All right, here we go.
Yep. Are you in sport? No, now you're in sport.
I'm in tripod.
Yeah, all the way down. Yep. So it's already sensitive.
Now we'll put it in.
Is that the biggest drone you've flown?
That is definitely the biggest drone I've ever flown.
It'd be kind of cool if you find your first deer with me here.
It would be cool.
It's
Where
gonna
would
be
they
fun.
be?
I think you're gonna have tons of fun with this.
Nice pipe.
Right here, this finger, that is your zoom. Like you can roll that and then zoom in.
Okay.
Definitely not the typical beginner. No, he's not a beginner.
All right, cool. All right, now we're plugging in a light so we can see in the dark. That's good. Now that our drone training is done, it's time to take it out at night and actually see if we can find anything. All right, guys, so it is nighttime, and it is going to be the first time that we actually fly the drone to see something. Earlier today, we could fly it pretty good, but you've seen on the thermal, daytime's kind of hard on thermal because everything's hot from the sun, but at nighttime, only the things that are alive should stand out. We're going to try it, man. There's that big old thing. Put the batteries in. All right, there we go, it's on. However, I think we still need to put the spotlight on it so we can actually see stuff. So I gotta put this on. Gotta make sure this is on really good, and it is. All right, boom. We're looking pretty good, let's see what we can do. Here we go.
Taking off.
Oh, look at that spotlight.
It's crazy.
Here we go, I'm taking off. I'm gonna send this thing up to a really safe height so that I don't have to worry about trees. Because obviously I can't see trees right now. And even with the camera, you can't see trees. So good idea to get it up higher than any tree you're gonna hit. I mean, once it gets up there pretty far, like it is now, it's about 300 feet. Now our entire job goes straight onto this thing. So I'm gonna start recording and we'll go from there. All right, we are now screen recording. What we're looking at right now is straight ahead. This right here is the FPV. You can actually see we're kind of sideways. It's because the wind's blowing. But we're gonna go ahead and switch back over to IR. This should give us infrared. And now we're on it and able to just fly around. And we're gonna be looking for heat. So that's pretty cool. And there's heat right there. Now I gotta turn the light on. I believe it's the still targets. So, yes, the still targets are still hot. Makes sense. Let's go up in the mountain a little bit and see if we can find something. The wind is in my favor a little bit more. And you know, who knows? It maybe could be nothing. I don't think that was a deer. Unfortunately, I'm seeing some red hot spots here and there, but like I've not found any deer yet. I mean, here's something pretty hot. Oh, it's a rock. Maybe that means they're not here. There's a good chance they're just not deer right here in this area. I feel like there should be an animal somewhere though. All right, guys, so we're just gonna be honest. I flew it around for like 20 minutes. I didn't find anything. Either we need to get better at practice, or two, there's just no deer here, which I'm not surprised by either one of those. Basically, what's gonna happen is we need to get a lot of practice with this thing. Then we're gonna start playing with it to do some really cool stuff. But in the meantime, meaning probably the next couple weeks, we just need to put in flight time and get used to this thing, see what the controller does, see what the drone does. It's super cool, but we just not found a critter yet. Whenever we do, I think it's gonna be pretty epic. But for now, we got a little bit of more work to do. We gotta practice.